Short but amazing game. Welcome. Today, we are taking a deep dive into Journey, a groundbreaking indie game that redefined what storytelling in video games can look like. And more importantly, what it can feel like. This isn't just a review. This is a story about how a game with no dialogue, no combat, and no traditional narrative still manages to connect with millions of players across the world. Journey doesn't tell you a story, it lets you feel one. In this video, we'll explore how the gameplay, art, sound, multiplayer, and emotional design all work together to create a unique, unforgettable experience. Whether you're a developer looking for inspiration or just someone curious about what makes this game so special, this is for you. Let's begin. At its core, Journey is a third-person exploration game. You play as a silent, robbed figure dropped into an endless desert with just one clear visual: a glowing mountain far off in the distance. That's your destination. There's no map, no compass, no dialogue, just the quiet sound of wind and sand, and your own footstep. What makes the game so special isn't just where you're going, but what happens along the way. As I said before, there's no combat, no traditional objectives. The game simply invites you to explore, and it rewards you with small moments of discovery. Here's what you can do. You can walk across shimmering sands and ancient ruins, jump and glide using a magical scarf, collect glowing symbols to extend your scarf's power, slide down dunes, ride on cloth creatures, or just sit and take in the view. The controls are minimal. A few buttons. That's it. But that's part of the beauty. The simplicity means almost anyone can play, even if they've never picked up a controller before. And instead of tutorials or pop-ups, the game teaches you through the world itself, through visuals, through architecture, through music and movement. Everything you need is already in front of you. The game doesn't tell you what to do. It trusts that you'll figure it out. And that's where the sense of curiosity really kicks in. Now, let's talk about multiplayer. Because Journey does something completely unique here. You might be exploring alone, when suddenly someone else appears, just like you, a robbed traveler, walking the same path. No name, no chat box, no microphone, just a presence. Here's what makes this multiplayer so powerful. You're matched randomly with other players who happen to be in the same area. There's no way to speak or type, only a simple musical chirp sound you can use to get their attention. If you stick together, your scarves recharge faster. You can help each other climb, explore, and even survive. Or you can walk away at any time. The magic is in how human it all feels. One player wrote, "It was confusing at first, but I guess it's part of the journey. I found someone on the snowy mountain and tried to stick with them. I messed up a couple of times, but they waited for me. They actually looked for me." Another one said, "Without words, I felt this person was with me. Not just playing the game, but sharing something. And at the end, when the game showed who I had met, I wanted to find out who they were. I wanted to thank them. I had the same feeling after I played the game." There's something strangely emotional about connecting with a stranger when all you can do is walk beside them. Some people report moments of joy when someone stays with them the whole way. Others describe heartbreak when their companion suddenly disappears. And yet, those silent moments, two players sharing a path with no expectations, leave a lasting impression. In a world full of competitive multiplayer games, Journey offers something rare: cooperation without pressure, empathy without words, companionship without identity. Let's look at the world itself, because the visual design and music in Journey are a huge part of the experience. The art direction is minimalist, but rich. It's not about photorealism, it's about style and feeling. Every element feels handcrafted. You'll move through different environments, each with its own mood. You will see white deserts glowing in the golden light, quiet temples filled with shadows and mystery, underground ruins full of tension and broken memories, a freezing blizzard that slows you to a crawl, and finally, a breathtaking ascent into light and color. Each area feels like a new emotion, a new chapter in your silent story. And all of it is supported by the soundtrack, composed by Austin Wintory. This music isn't just background, it's alive. It reacts to what you do. It follows your pace, mirrors your emotions, and blends perfectly with the world around you. The score was even nominated for a Grammy, the first video game soundtrack ever to earn that honor in the same category as film scores. One moment, a soft cello quietly plays as you wander along. The next one, sweeping strings rise as you soar through ancient structures. And when another player joins you, the music shifts again, subtly adding harmony to reflect your shared journey. The visuals and the music are not separate from the gameplay. They are the gameplay. Here's the most amazing part. Journey tells an emotional story, without a single word. No cutscenes, no dialogue, no written lore. And yet, most players walk away feeling like they've experienced something deeply personal. That emotional arc looks something like this. You begin alone, uncertain, small in a vast desert. You discover ruins and murals, hinting at a lost civilization. You meet others and begin to feel less alone. You face hardship, wind, danger, and cold. You reach the snowy mountain. Your scarf is freezing. Your steps are slower. And finally, a triumphant, dreamlike flight to the summit. That final moment, gliding freely through the skies, is one of the most moving scenes in gaming. It feels like a release, like joy. But the meaning? That's up to you. Some players see it as a metaphor for life and death. Others see a story about rebirth or spiritual awakening. Some just see a beautiful adventure. And that's the point. The game isn't trying to tell you its story. It's trying to help you reflect on your own. Let's break down how this emotional experience was built. Because as indie developers, there's a lot we can learn from Journey. Here are some of the key design principles. Minimal interface, no health bar. No minimap. The world itself is a Gantt. Environmental storytelling. The murals, the ruins, and the pacing tell a story without words. Flow. The game moves between quiet exploration and intense moments, always giving you space to breathe. Multiplayer as meaning. The anonymous co-op is not just a mechanic, it's part of the emotional arc. Testing for empathy. The developers play-tested the game with people of all backgrounds to make sure the emotional beats landed. Yenova Chen, co-founder of that game company, once said that their goal was to make a game that moved people emotionally, the same way a film or a song might. It took years of iteration, but they succeeded. When Journey was released in 2012, it became one of the highest rated games of the year. It won multiple Game of the Year awards, And more than a decade later, it's still being discovered by new players across platforms. So, what can we learn from Journey? Here are a few takeaways. Emotion doesn't always need words. Simplicity can be more powerful than complexity. Games can build connection, even without communication. Music and visuals aren't decoration. They are narrative tools. A good game doesn't always tell you what to feel. It gives you the space to feel it for yourself. One player put it best. This game showed me our journey through life. With only the most basic communication, I cared deeply about my companion. I wanted us to succeed. Not just me, us. Another one said, I finished the whole thing in one sitting. I had no idea who the other player was, but I wanted to thank them. That's the real legacy of Journey. Not the awards, not the reviews, but the quiet moments that people remember years later. Journey is more than a video game. It's an emotional experience, a piece of interactive art, a reminder of what games can be when we focus not on challenge, but on connection. It shows us that storytelling doesn't have to mean words, that multiplayer doesn't have to mean competition, that sometimes the most meaningful moments are the ones we share in silence. So, whether you're a developer looking for inspiration or just someone who wants to feel something different, give Journey a try. If you enjoyed this video and want more content about emotional design, indie games, or experiences that break the mold, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.